Something that I find interesting is that for me, when it comes to being in a public space and someone's playing music really loud or like audible basically to anyone else, I will either think it's cool or absolutely hate it depending on how they're producing the music. If they have the music coming from a device like a phone or a laptop or an iPod or something like that, I'm like, shut that fucking shit off. I'll be more polite and like, could you please use headphones or something? And that actually really rarely works. They just kind of say, no, fuck you, and continue blasting their shitty music. But if someone is, playing music on the guitar or singing with a microphone, like, buskers and whatnot, I don't give a fuck. I'm like, yeah, yeah, cool. And I'll oftentimes like chuck a couple coins into their case or hat or whatever. So it's weird that depending on where the music is coming from, and I'm not alone with this. I'll either hate it or love it. This kind of got me. What got me thinking was this video of this amazing pianist who there's this public piano and he just goes nuts on it. I'll put the link in the description to see that video. It's nuts. And at first people like are looking for the people they're picking up and they're not really paying much attention, but by the end they're all like watching him and have their phones recording and everything else. And it's kind of interesting because at first they're kind of just like giving him a few glances and whatever, almost, like, and I'm like, oh yeah, they might be annoyed by music, but then at the end they're all like, oh wow, and everything else, and I'm like, yeah, and then that got me thinking about that. It's weird that well, I don't know if it's just me, but I know that I'm not the only one who gets annoyed when people publicly play their music on their phone or whatever on the bus and whatnot. But I don't know a single person who gets annoyed at street performers. Like, so I don't, because the reason is like not everyone likes your type of music, but the street performers are playing a certain type of music and not everyone's gonna like it, yet nobody minds it. And I think it's because the people who tend to blast their music at everybody are listening to like rap and hip hop and stuff like that. That's just what tends to be the thing that's playing. Whereas when you're playing it with an actual instrument, it tends to be all along the same kind of genre. I don't know what it would be called necessarily because they don't just do like one, of the music genres that you're used to. But it's kind of enjoyable for everyone. It's kind of like when you pull out a guitar at a family or any party and everyone stops listening to you play the guitar. I think it's because of the real music behind it, which is rare because we hear music on our phones, on the radio, everywhere, all the time. But to hear actual live performed real music, it's different. It's refreshing, I guess, to hear something new and different. And since they're gonna be playing, and I think also because the music that people are playing off their phones, I find tend to be that kind of like the rap with the obscene language and whatnot. So, but they have to play music that has to cater to everyone because they are literally trying to get anyone and everyone to give them money for what they're doing. So I guess it tends to be more music that is a general enjoyment and is safe for all ages' ears. So maybe that's why too. But I think it's also because the kind of psychology behind who's playing the music. If you're playing it off your phone, you're being inconsiderate because because most people, they listen to their music with their headphones if they're using a device. But with the street performers, it's not necessarily being inconsiderate because it's not the middle of the night and it's in a public space, and they're not doing it to be rude or selfish or anything. They're doing it as just a profession. So maybe that's why too. I don't know why I'm having trying to have this whole psychoanalysis of this phenomenon, and I don't know, maybe it's just me, and I'm overthinking things, but if you have the same opinion or different opinion or whatever, let me know in the comments, because honestly I want to see how many, because people don't really talk about this that much. It's just something that's annoying at the time, but you don't go like ranting about it the next day kind of thing. So let me know in the comments. Thanks for listening or watching, I guess. Thanks.